What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, undefeated, unified WBC IBF welterweight world champion superstar boxer who is widely considered by many to be top 3 best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, and Errol the Truth Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. 27 wins, no loss and no draw, 21 big wins by way of knockout, 31 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. He will be going into a highly anticipated unification bout with WBA World Boxing Association welterweight world champion, Cuban star boxer Yordenis UGAS, who has 27 wins, 4 losses, no draws, 12 wins by way of knockout, 35 years of age, 5'9", with a 69-inch arm reach. With that said, the fight is scheduled to take place April 16th, Arlington, Texas, AT&T Dallas Cowboys Stadium, the home of Jerry World. Okay, so with that said, they held the press conference today to promote the upcoming fight that's scheduled to take place April 16th, in which obviously Errol Spence was asked a few questions. Errol Spence obviously was asked about the 2 fighters that he's most linked to, and as far as namesake goes, aside from the fight with UGAS, 3 belts to be on the line, the WBA, IBF, and the WBC, is obviously his biggest rival, is undefeated 3-division world champion, former junior welterweight undisputed world champion, currently the WBO reigning welterweight world champion, who is widely considered by many to be the #1 best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, in Terence Crawford. Okay, Terence Crawford is 38 wins, no losses, no draws, 29 big wins by way of knockout. He is 34 years of age, 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach. Oddly enough, Terence Crawford has more knockouts than Errol Spence has fights, okay? That makes for the biggest fight in the sport of boxing. And then obviously you have rising, undefeated welterweight superstar title contender, Jaron Ennis, who is 28 wins, no losses, no draws, 26 big wins by way of knockout, 24 years of age, 5'10" with a 74-inch arm reach. He'll be heading into a IBF, International Boxing Federation, title eliminator mandatory position against Custio Clayton, who's an undefeated Canadian fighter. That's scheduled to take place April 9th. So obviously he was asked about that. Jaron Ennis, he wins that fight, he'll be Errol Spence's mandatory for the IBF. And the biggest fight everybody wants to see is Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford, and obviously he has to get past Yordenis UGAS. Well, Errol Spence was asked about Terence Crawford, and he stated that he feels great. He believes that it's a huge chance that it's going to happen. He believes it's going to happen. He believes a mistake made is them making negotiations in the public eye. And he stated that it has to happen behind closed doors, and he believes it will happen behind closed doors. Okay, he stated that he did talk to Terence Crawford, and he stated that it's a fight that he wants to make. Becoming undisputed is a dream of his, and he stated that he wants to fight with Terence Crawford. And when asked about Jaron Ennis, he stated that Jaron Ennis is a very good fighter as well. He has good reflexes, good athletic ability. He's big. He has a high ring IQ, so he gave Jaron Ennis a lot of credit. This is what he had to say about Jaron Ennis. Let's listen to what he had to say. So you see, he said he got everything it takes. He got the talent, size, skills. He got all the talent. And when it comes to Terence Crawford and Jaron Ennis, I ain't ducking or dodging nobody. He says, I feel like I got a second chance, a third chance at the sport of boxing after suffering that horrific car accident October 10th, just 12 days after unifying the belts against 2-time welterweight world champion superstar boxer Showtime Shawn Porter. And after suffering a broken detached retina, heading into the biggest fight of his career against legendary 8-division world champion, iconic Filipino superstar boxer Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, August 21st, where he had to be removed from the fight, which gave Yordenis UGAS the opportunity to fight and legitimize his position as being a WBA champion, because Manny Pacquiao had beat former unified welterweight world champion superstar boxer Keith one-time Thurman. And once he beat Keith Thurman for the WBA title, he was out the ring. That was July 2019. He was out the ring for 2 years, and the WBA placed Manny Pacquiao as champion recess, elevated Yordenis Ugas, who was the regular champion, to the super champion, and the rest was history. So Yordenis Ugas replaced Errol Spence in a Manny Pacquiao fight, and he dominated Manny Pacquiao, okay, running away. It wasn't even a close fight. So he legitimized himself being a WBA champion. And then, Yordenis Ugas is a very big guy with a very, come from that very skilled amateur Cuban boxing school of boxing, man. And so Errol Spence was asked about the size of Yordenis Ugas, in which Errol Spence, he stated that, it's the biggest fighter he's fought since he fought Kell Brook for his first world title opportunity in the UK. So he stated that, this is a huge opportunity for him. He's planning on obviously collecting all these belts. He says, once I collect this WBA belt, it's going to make the Terence Crawford fight even bigger, and it's going to make it, easier to make to a degree. He said that, a mistake he made and a mistake Terence Crawford made was doing it in the public eye, because his team and my team, we started going back and forth at one another, and that's what prevented the fight from happening. So he stated that it's going to happen behind closed doors this time, and after this fight, he's looking to make the Terence Crawford fight happen, and he ain't ducking or dodging nobody. Jaron boots Ennis, obviously. Errol Spence is looking to move up to junior middleweight, 154 at some point in the near future. But Jaron boots Ennis to become his mandatory. So he said he's not ducking or dodging nobody. He see the talent in Jaron boots Ennis. And he says that Yordenis Ugas is going to be, he's looking to outdo Canelo Alvarez fight and his fight with Danny Garcia. He said this fight is going to outdo Canelo Alvarez fight at AT&T Stadium with Caleb Plant and Billy Joe Saunders. He stated then, and it's going to outdo his own fight that he had against Danny Garcia. Okay, so he stated that this fight he plans on, doing bigger numbers and being more action-packed than even the fight that he had with Danny Garcia at AT&T Dallas Cowboys Stadium, which held the highest gate in 2020, even higher than Canelo Alvarez and Gervonta Tank Davis. He had the highest gate in 2020. So stylistically, he says that, he knows it's going to be tough to break Yordenis Ugas' will. Okay, he said, but that's going to be his goal. He's had this has been the best training camp he's had, in years, because he stated that he didn't have to lose weight, he didn't have to sit in the sauna, and he didn't have to wear a sauna suit. He said that he didn't balloon up in weight. He's been in training way before these last 2 months entering the training camp. He was already working out and already in training camp. So he feel like this is the sharpest and the strongest he's been in years. Okay, so he stated that he's having fun. He's actually having fun with it again. And that, he's planning to break Yordenis Ugas down. It's going to be the most entertaining fight. The most entertaining fight at Dallas Cowboys Stadium yet. Okay, we know Manny Pacquiao has fought there. We know he's fought there. We know Canelo Alvarez has fought there. Some big names has fought there. And he says that this is going to be the most action-packed fight he's had yet, and since he had the Kell Brook fight. So he said that, when you got a big guy that's skilled and talented and he has a will, he says that he believes that Yordenis Ugas is going to be a better, challenge, a bigger challenge, a better fighter than Danny Garcia presented and Mikey Garcia. Okay, so we know his fight with Sean Porter was fight of the year, which it took a knockdown in the 10th round, and for Errol to clearly win, to separate himself in the 11th and 10th round. Okay, we know Jaron boots Ennis at 5'10". Jaron Ennis can switch from southpaw to orthodox fluidly. He's being considered Roy Jones 2.0. Roy Jones said he's a mixture between myself and Sugar Ray Leonard and Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford has the ability to switch from southpaw to orthodox. He's big, he's strong, he's young, he's athletic, and so. He stated that, that Roy Jones stated that he's me 2.0. Sean Porter has uttered the same sentiments. So, You know, he said, I ain't ducking and dodging nobody. Custio Clayton is coming up for Jaron Ennis, so we got to see how that plays out. We know Jaron Ennis and Errol Spence, they came face-to-face on FaceTime. So Errol Spence said, I know I got to see that kid. And he was asked also about Virgil Ortiz Jr., who's the #1 WBC ranked challenger. And he stated that Virgil Ortiz is a good fighter. That's a big fight, AT&T Stadium, because they're both from Dallas, Texas. And he has his father with him. And so he could see that being a big fight as well. So Errol Spence lets the world know I ain't ducking and dodging Terence Crawford or Jaron Boots Ennis. We're going to make it happen in the future. So let's see how it unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.